Hey guys, how you doing? It's Henry at Mowers and Bilt. I'm back from my ski trip again. It's good to be back home again. Had a really good time with Andy from Jericho and his family. As you saw from my video, a day's worth of skiing was more than enough for this 52-year-old. I'm sore all over. As a matter of fact, I even questioned whether or not I was going to get out of bed today and do a video. So I wanted to give you guys an update on this Bilt 2620 Storm dual-stage snowblower that I'm doing a repair on. Yes, I know I don't usually do repairs, but I was low on content, and I figured I'd do a favor for my friend Mike over at Mike's Lawn Service Babylon. Anyway, as you know, I replaced the carburetor on here as well as the carburetor bolt, the stud that attaches the carburetor onto the engine block, and that was broken, so I fabricated one to go on there. With the new carburetor on there, quote unquote new, used but new, it runs pretty well. As you know, the directional chute rod was missing from this snowblower, and then I fabricated one to get it to work. It looks a little jigged, I know, a little rudimentary, but it works, you know what I mean? So I had ordered the OEM part for him for 30 bucks. So I got an update from that part. Can you believe that I bought the part from a guy who's selling it on eBay, right? And he's drop shipping it. When you drop ship something, it means that you list a product that's available somewhere online as if you have it. Then when a buyer like me buys it, he buys it from the third party, like Stens or Rotary or one of those other parts, or MTD or something like that, right? And then when he gets it in the mail, he sends it to you. Or he may give the address, like my address, for Stens or whoever to send it directly from me. So he's like becoming the middleman of the transaction. Well, the reason why it was going to take 2 weeks was because of that reason. Remember I said, why does it take 2 weeks to get here, right? Well, that's why, because he's a drop shipper is what it is. So that's not really desirable because you have to wait 2 weeks. So anyway, I look at the notification, right? And now it says April 15th. I'm like, what? Incredible. So I says to the guy, hey, what's the story? He's like, oh, it's back ordered from MTD. And I'm like, I thought you had it in hand. Well, if you don't have it in hand, what do you have the balls to sell it on eBay for? You know what I mean? So I canceled the order because it's not going to be ready until April. It's ridiculous. So today, I'm going to fix this. Now, when I mean fix it, I mean this. Because I used this to blow snow past couple of days, it is now very cold. And also, a lot of ice. So before, when I tried to turn this, right, the ice was on there and it wouldn't turn. As a result, this thing kind of slipped a little, you know what I mean? So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this jigging look to it, the two hose clamps and the fuel line that adheres this part of the rod to this threaded bolt here. I'm going to find some kind of sleeve and then tack weld it so that it's more solid. And then, since this bolt really this nut shouldn't even really be there. I don't even know why it's there. I don't think I need it. I think it's because it used to be a brake rod, so that there was like a lever here that would stop it, and then you could adjust the play, But I think I might try to remove this since I really don't need it, at least try to remove it. So I'm going to try to get my welder out. It's buried in the back of my garage. It's going to be quite a task even to get that out. When I get that out, I'm going to find a sleeve and try to adhere this to that without this mess over here. Then if I successfully do that, I'm going to put some kind of a black coping covering over here to make it look less ugly, you know what I mean? So I have to do that because, like I said, the part won't be available until April. So I'm not gonna charge Mike's friend for the rod, only the labor and the fabrication. So I just dug out my welder from the corner. It sucked. So difficult to get out. Taking out this cotter pin to release this bar. And there we go. Bar comes off just like that. I'm gonna remove this stuff, try to find some kind of metal sleeve, and then plug in my welder. Quick update on my desulfator. Cycle number 6. Getting a little tired of doing this, to be honest with you. I think I'm gonna pretty much shut this whole idea down because I just don't think it's gonna work. So look, we just trickle charged this battery overnight. Let's take a look real quick. I'm gonna do it faster. It's 12.79, okay? Now we're gonna put the desulfator on here and have it pulse until the battery is drained again. See if we get any better results. Cell next, 12 volts, and then it should start pulsing. After it does its cycle of pulsing, I would like it to be around the 11 or 12 volt area, you know, because I've gotten 3, 5, 6, down to 4. You know, who knows if this is really working, but 6 different battery charges already on this thing, so I don't know. Also, my neighbor from down the street, he had a pull-on chainsaw. He was using it to cut free wood from his arborist. I don't have an arborist. Anyway, this is a pull-on 2250, 22 cubic inch chainsaw. He says the gas lines were DONESKI. So I, being the good neighbor that I am, gave him my supply of primer bulbs and you know, you need one of these things to pull it out, whatever. And that's what she said. And so he had it for a couple of weeks, and he returned it yesterday and said, I didn't have time to do it. I'm not gonna do it. You can have the chainsaw. He went and bought a new one, you know? That's the thing. People don't have the patience to do it, don't have the time to do it. They'll just go and buy another one. So he gave me the chainsaw. So another project coming up soon is getting this chainsaw going. I removed the hose clamps and got rid of the fuel line. I found a sleeve for it, sorta. It'll work, it'll be better than the hose clamps. And I'm just trying to remove this nut because we don't really need it on here. Of course, Andy the Brit from across the street just came over and talked to me for an hour and a half, talking about stupid stuff, whatever. So I'm behind schedule now. Okay, so I removed the bolt, looks a lot better now. On the other side, I have this sleeve that I found. Bang that in there. So one side is good, right? The other side, though, is not so good. I'll tell you why. And as soon as I find it, what I do with it, unbelievable. Oh, here we go. It's a little big, so I have to center it perfectly, right? And then fill it with some flux. I'll have to hold that there or something while I put a tack, just so I can center it all. So there you go. Mounted my new rod. It ain't pretty over here, but like I said, I'm not a welder. That's pretty good though. it's nice and solid on that bolt. So now I'm going to take this black, cut it to length, slip it over here so at least it looks better, you know, covering up the rod itself with some black utility plastic sheathing. Is what I guess it is for wiring harnesses, so that it makes it look a little better. This is a fat part over here, but that's okay. Get a couple of zip ties for each end, or electrical tape, whichever. It'll work out. That's much better, huh? Hey? Yeah, that'll do. Cool. Look at that, huh? There we go. All fixed. There we go. All fixed. Mike, if you're watching, come by anytime and pick it up. Your friend's snowblower is all set. So there we go. My fabricated rod is now complete after welding two pieces together, covering it up with a sheathing, and now we fabricated a directional chute rod, all from just scrap metal. Let's start this baby up, and see how it runs. We replaced the carburetor with a used one, but it looks pretty clean. Let's do a cold start. Today's 28 degrees. Full throttle, prime it a little bit, see how it runs. Let's choke. So it kind of surges a little bit. Sometimes the gas could be a little old, so we're putting a little bit of fresh gas in here. That's plenty. And then we're going to add a little bit of seafoam engine treatment to it. This will lubricate the jets, maybe clear out some of the gum, and just a little bit. Maybe 2 or 3 ounces. We'll let it run for a little bit, see if it helps the engine run a little bit better, and clear up some of the gum, maybe rejuvenate the old gas that's in there with a little bit of mixed fresh gas. See how it runs after we run it for a while. That's the repair on the new directional chute rod that I fabricated. Now this thing's ready to work for the winter. Put a little bit of seafoam to fix that surging. Only took about 5 minutes and a little bit of gas. Thanks a lot for joining me on today's episode. We'll see you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers. Hey guys, Boba and I want to thank you for all the support of Mowers and Blowers. If you'd like, make a short video clip like these, and I'll put it as an outro in my future videos.
Fearless DJW here, and we'll see you next time on Mowers and Blowers.
Hey, if you guys enjoyed the video, remember to give me a like. Also, comment below. Subscribe. Remember, it doesn't cost anything to subscribe. It's free, right? Also, hit that little bell. That way you'll get post notifications whenever there's a new video, and you won't miss out on any of them. Remember to follow my Instagram and Facebook, as well as if you'd like to donate $1 or $2, paypal.me/mowersandblowers. Really appreciate all the support. Also, to keep the videos coming every day, support the channel. Bye.